Can everyone hear me okay?
Yeah, we hear you just fine.
Uh, okay. I need that over there. All right, can everyone see my screen okay? All right, I'll go ahead and get started.
Review started.
We'll have a 3Q today. Oh, let me double check that I picked the right games before I start. The genre. Four, six, seven. Yeah, I think that's right. What?
Rav3N117 just raided with 5 viewers.
So these are the right games, yeah? Because I also have a 2Q here and a 25Q. So, okay. Okay, I think these are the right games. So hopefully we're good. This one's not normal. Probably. I always question with Go, what is normal now? Typically what I see is A or B. So these are the ones I would expect. But with AI nowadays and everyone, so I don't know what's good or not. Josekis are weird. This feels good for black. And that is because white has a cutting point right here. So I think you need this move. And here, I want to say the result is also a little good for black because this stone has not been captured yet. And by that I mean white doesn't have a net stone here. No, maybe it's a trick move sequence. But I feel like I prefer black because black has a cutting point.
Ursa Master 1 just followed.
Ooh. Tricky Josekis. Okay, obviously this is not fundamental, so I'm going to assume you've done your research. If you haven't, then this is a mistake. Okay. With a stone right here, it is very common to do the 2-space high. So this is why, again, if you want to learn more about this, look at the Kobayashi opening. Typically it's this one, and that is because with the 2-space high, when we do a jump, 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 we can peep, which is a very nice move because now white cannot break through these 2 stones, so you can come back and save 1. And so this is a very nice position for black. If we do the other one, now these are old Josekis because I'm old, so this is like pre-AI. But this one also is not super great because this stone's kind of in a perfect spot. So I want to say this is the normal one.
Magic 652 just followed.
But of course, you want to do your own research. But this should be Kobayashi strategies. And white, same thing. I think research Kobayashi if you want to learn more about this one. The opening's free, so you can do what you want, but I want to make sure that both of you know about those sequences. I have not seen one normal Joseki this game. Here is possible. Here, basically you want to cut these 2 stones off. Even here, I believe. The idea is you want to cut those 2 stones off. So as black, if we're just looking at fundamentals, probably just go here, or even here. If we can connect and white's floating, then it's probably good for black. I want to say outside is better. Typically, you take this point when you're looking to threaten to come under, or if you're taking white space, but this isn't really a base. I'm debating this one though. So if we play it this way, I think this is perfectly good for black. Maybe you can even go high. These 2 stones should be fine. White can't really attack them severely with the weak group. And white's not 100% alive. The concern is this stuff. But maybe it's good for black, but white could treat these very lightly now. This is probably good for black, but there's also this idea to consider, which is why I was wondering if I just should not give white the option. This in and of itself also has problems. But this is okay. My concern is that white will be able to play a little bit more flexibly here and destroy the star point stone right here. I think probably let's play flexible. Maybe here, 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 maybe. Probably not, but still maybe. This one also. But I think stay on the weak group and try to destroy the left. This feels like white's getting heavy. I do not think I would to Nikki right now. I'm not exactly sure where I want to attack, but I think I want to attack white. This is also really valuable too, though, because it also kind of attacks white. So I think everything is good for black right now. I don't know if I'd go this far. I think I would be more direct. Let's see. I would love to get this one in, but that does fix the cut. But I don't know if it's good for white to cut. But it might be good to keep that connection open for us. So maybe here. That's a cap to the 1 space jump. You could just play a simple one here. That's also pretty nice. If white gets greedy, then we can come up and do a double attack. There is a concern right here, but it should all be reasonable. Honestly, we could probably just do that. I don't think there's a shape here, right? Because that one's good for us, and that one's good for us. Or good for black. So, I don't know. I think this one's just not direct enough. I think I want more pressure. Okay, this is all valuable. And the right side for white is all valuable and very nice territory. But if your group gets attacked and all the territory gets canceled out, then it's not really worth it. So, yes, it's black's job to prove that they can profit, but also this is a very dangerous investment. So it's not my preference. But black is not attacking it, so I'm getting really nervous about black doing nothing. Okay. Okay. Alright, so I think already it's probably mostly canceled out, and white's still weak. So I don't like that we played on the that white played on the right and didn't defend the weak group. I don't really have a better move. Typically, this is really slow. You're supposed to use the Aji at this level to survive. There's just not a lot of Aji, is the problem. So maybe if we can look at something here. There's also a peep right here. And there's a touch move right here. I'm not sure. And white's in a very difficult position. And if there was one move and everything was alive, it would probably be nice and acceptable. But I don't know if this is 100%. And this, due to this tiger's mouth, this cutting point isn't even a net. Oh, it is a net. That's cute. That's really cute. That's cute. Okay, cool. That is a net. That makes it a lot more helpful. What is the... I don't really want to spend the time counting, but I don't trust this. Okay, it looks like the territory is actually pretty close. So maybe just keep going with your strategy. Maybe Tanuki again. Let's see. I would love to cash this out, but that's tricky to do. Maybe here? And then say, hey, black, you have to cancel it out again. So you made black cancel out the right side. Now you're making black cancel the top side. And it's just maybe you have a lot of confidence in your defense. It's a possible plan, but it's dangerous. That has a lot of cutting points. 2-space into a 2-space. This is a 2-space into another 2-space, which is also another 2-space from a 2-space. 2-space jumps are very fast and flexible. It's a very common sabaki shape, but it also is very cuttable. So if you have a lot of sabaki shapes, there's a lot of cutting points. And I don't think that you can sacrifice down here very well, so just be cautious. I'm going to assume that you're reading these through, because I don't really have the time to read all of these cutting points through. Okay, so black got 10 points here in Sente, so that's pretty good profit. And white lived with 6 or 7 points. So now black should destroy the top. Perfect. Okay, that's white's right to get no matter what, so it doesn't matter. How does white profit? This is a pretty okay move. I'm between this one or the cap, or like the cap right here, or tiger's mouth, or here. I'm not sure, so let's see what your plan is. Definitely I want a monkey jump. This is a very points heavy game, so worry about the points. Typically to the large knight's move, there's 2 spots shape-wise. It's either peep, which the idea is to threaten to jump in and cut, so it's a peep to threaten the cut, or the attach. These are the 2 ways that you can go to a large knight's move, typically. This one usually gives you the Hane head at 2 shape, so that means white has bad liberties. So this is not the ideal shape for white. I'm instantly going to ask if I can go in here. If you can get away with this, this is a lot of value. I think black maybe got greedy here. This feels like a mistake. Because this is not only the points in a points game, heavy game, it's also your base. So if I get this move, this is going to be a very difficult fight for black. And true, it's an investment for white, but it's a lot heavier for black, I think. So this should be slightly easier for white. Yeah, I want to say this is easier for white. Especially since this is alive now. So yeah, I think this one's a mistake. This is okay. I wonder about the timing, but it doesn't really matter. How does this profit? I don't think it does. It would be different if there was a cutting point right here. But... yeah, I don't think there is. Yeah, if there was a cutting point right there, I think it'd be different. I wonder if there's a peep here that you could do or something. What if I go here and ask if you're going to give me all the points? And if not, maybe I can get a stone right here in Sente. I don't know. I'd be looking at the cutting point, and then if I determine this is cuttable or not cuttable, then I could decide whether I should attack this way or maybe here. But or here. The idea is you want to profit. So when you play this move, what I expect to happen is you're going to get points in Sente. I see no reason why you can't cut. Okay, it's dangerous, but probably okay. Okay, it does take some confidence in your defense, so it's understandable. But I really hate this peep. I really want that cutting point. Is there anything else we can do? I don't know. If you have to do it, you have to do it, but I really hate giving white that tiger's mouth. Wait, does this stone even help you? Because right now you have no eye shape. This is nice. I think I might look at the cuts right here, but hard to say. Don't get greedy. This looks like this is still okay, but this lowers your own liberties. So typically I would play like right here before I worry about it. You're probably okay, but it does require some deep reading to make sure that your liberties are not going to become an issue. If you're after the eyes, it should be here. Yeah, this should be better. Oh, actually, no. Here's the move. Here, there. Maybe not. Okay, maybe not that one. I definitely feel like white's trying to kill, but as long as you're making points, it doesn't really matter. Okay, and white's still profiting, so white is attacking correctly. I don't think this takes the eye. You usually want to look at the tiger's mouth points. So from a 1-point jump, the shape to take the eye would be here or here. So I would love to do this one. And I want to say it's better because there's no cutting point, but this is an issue. So can I go here? I don't know. There's actually a lot to read here, so I don't want to make any like judgment calls without reading, but I have like very limited time to look at the game. Okay. But what about your liberties? Don't get too greedy. Just keep making points and you're fine. As long as you keep making points, you're fine. I think you're still fine. Does this not work? Okay. That is a knight's move. That is incredibly dangerous. I think think maybe here. This requires a lot of reading. I can't make a snap decision, but there's definitely Aji to live, so I think black should have been able to live. But it's definitely a lot to read. So if black dies, it's probably just more go problems. Careful. Let's see. Looks like black died. Yeah, I want to say black could have lived. I want to say black could have lived. With this much Aji, I think black could have lived. Okay. Here, 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 here. Okay, it looks like the table shape for the eye is what the AI is saying. Okay, so that's where the eye was here, here, and here. So 1, 2, 3. So 1 and 3 is the vital point, and this is a lot more of an eye shape. Also, thanks to 3, you now have more liberties with these 2 stones to look at these cutting points, which is important. Either way, I think just keep doing life and death and Tsuchi problems, and that would help that group. I don't really have like any immediate tips, but hopefully you both found the review helpful.
Review started.
This is an opening. Probably this one is not perfect because it feels like you've given black a perfect move, so that means probably we've done something wrong. Oh, we're at 12Q. It doesn't matter. We're at 12Q. It doesn't matter. Black, remember that the extension from a Shamari is very valuable. So an ideal position from the Shamari, the corner enclosure of the 3-4, would be this. So you want to be aiming at these extensions. Like, so you extended from this one just fine. So you also want to extend from this one. Extending this way is still possible, but I think the bottom is slightly bigger. This one is slow. Let's see. We've got a stone between all the corners. So we have Shamari, right? And there's an extension, an extension, an extension, and an extension plus 1. Okay, so there is no more open sides. All right, the next thing we look for, assuming there's no weak groups, is the squares. So let's look at this square. Da 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 da. Okay, so this is what the squares are. Now, which square looks the scariest? So definitely this one looks to be in white's favor, and definitely this one looks to be in black's favor. This one and this one are shared, and this one and this one are shared. So one of these two have to be the biggest right now. Those two are big, but they'll come up later. So it depends on who has the bigger framework. I want to say black, because black has 2 fourth lines, and white only has a 3rd line and a 4th line. So I want to say black has a slightly bigger square. All right, so what tactics do we have? We have reductions and invasions. So reductions, common points are going to be caps and shoulder hits. Invasions are going to be approach a 4th line stone, approach a 4th line stone. And at single digit Q, we can add on attachment invasions. So attach, 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 attach. Sometimes attach, but usually that's not the right answer. Any of these circles would probably be a good spot. Okay, I think black, since your square is the biggest, just build it. Go here. You could also go here, but I like this one because it also negates white square while also building yours. But this one also threatens this square. So I think either of the 1-point jumps will be good. 1-point jumps are great to build up frameworks. Flat. 3rd line goes up to the 4th line and then back down to the 3rd line. So if you have support on both sides, you want the 4th line. Oh, that's not a move. So this one's really flat. You don't shoulder hit after you already have a stone. You 1-point jump. This is a pre-peed 1-point jump. This is a very bad shape, so make sure you be careful. This will get you killed. Because when black pushes through, you have 2 cutting points. So it's a bad habit to play this as a response. If you want to block, it's here, but also you don't need to block. You're not cuttable. So go to the framework. Anything up here. Okay, and when are we going to get there? This is a quarter of the board. Gotta do something about it soon. And Black just keep jumping. Your opponent has to do something about it eventually. So just keep jumping until they do something. Now I have 2/4 of the board, so which is like half the board. That's how 2/4 work. Black, I would start shutting the door. So you want to start connecting this stone to this stone and shut the door so white cannot reduce or walk in. So I think I would start playing like a knight's move or something in order to try to connect them. White's going to go in, right? Any time now. Okay, nice. Aim at the cutting points is good. Technically, though, you want to start on the 3rd line if possible. It's really, really late, so you should have done this like all these moves ago. But the invasion points, you're going to look for the attachments at this point, and you want to be on the 3rd line, and then you want to combine these with these cutting points if possible. That is the way to get in. Okay, Black's handling this quite well. No need to do that, just poke the shape. I don't see a future, so unfortunately I'm running out of material for the game, and I still have like 13 minutes. But I think the big issue is white just didn't go in. Black, no reason to not fix that. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think a lot of things work, but usually it's good habits to just stay connected. Yeah, white should target the stones that are not connected, so this is good. Careful with the liberties. Now black's connected again, so now it's not good anymore. So I think you have to Nobi or something. Don't push diagonals. This just helps your opponent, so it's a really bad exchange. You just help black connect. You cannot cut a bamboo, so don't try. I think just throw a stone in. And then maybe start trying to make eye space somehow. Okay. This is not the way to attack the one space jump. The one space jump to make an eye needs these two moves. These are the tiger's mouth points. If you're poking out the eye, you want to take those. Otherwise, block the escape route. So this one is going to give me potential eye shape. But this one does not help you attack. White bamboo is better for connection. At this point, though, well, it doesn't matter. Everything's going to die if we're playing perfectly. Ooh, black even has the confidence to Tanuki. This one just doesn't work. Good, stay connected. Don't touch. Touching can lead to cutting points, and cutting points can lead to life. So just keep blocking, I guess. Block, stay connected, block, stay connected.
Mr. Meat Zombie just followed.
Watch your cutting points. White should be aiming at these cutting points, which I think white is doing. Good. Ooh, not quite. That's the scariest one. It doesn't work because it's 1, 2, 3 liberties to 1, 2, 3, 4 liberties, but it's the scariest looking one. Don't push diagonals. Also, entry triangles have bad liberties. don't push diagonals. Bamboos are nice. Oh, black's going again. It doesn't really matter. I think black, like, at this point, I guess just keep killing it. You can finish the game and get more points, but honestly, it's impossible to lose if this is dead. So I don't think in-game matters on this board. So I don't think you really need to worry about in-game. Just make sure that there's no cutting points on the board. Ooh, white, you have to block. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The stones are in. So if the stones are in, you just have to block what you can block. Don't try to keep blocking it, because you'll just keep having cutting points, keep having cutting points, keep having cutting points. Just start blocking a different spot. Like, pick a side. You can't stop black from coming in, so just pick somewhere to block. Don't keep trying to block both directions, because you just have cutting points. Trying to catch the ladder shape when it's not a ladder is very bad, because it leads to a ton of cutting points. Touch, you want to respond to one stone touches one stone. You want to respond, so just block your points. Cutting points, second line cuts. Okay, so white definitely need more 9x9 and 13x13, because sorry, this is not a second line cut. This is a third line cut that goes into the second line cut shape. Sorry, I just saw this in my head. So this is a cuttable shape that works. So I think more small boards, because this is close to the edge. Cutting points close to the edge can be practiced on small boards. Also, cutting point go problems. Just fix here. This one is only if you need eyes, and you do not. Right here, you're alive perfectly, so it's fine. Unnecessary co. This is not good. This means you need to do more ladder go problems, and probably net. Okay, so this is also, it's also can be small boards, but just netter and ladder and net go problems. Which for the single digit queues, also ladders and nets are very commonly missed shapes. It's important for capturing the cutting stones. If you're going to play right here, go ahead and just take the point. If you play right here and I ignore, and you play right here and I block, it's no different than if you had just played right here. So you don't gain anything by descending instead of blocking. Instead, locally, you just give black the option to get the point later. So it's not worth it. I think if you can threaten the second line cuts first, do that. And then you can do the gote ones. Black, this is a little bit too early, but I don't know. I want to say this one's bigger, but there's only like 3 end-game points on the whole board. So I guess that's fine. I guess that's fine. It doesn't matter. White, same thing. And black, absolutely go here. Sente first. Sente, sente, sente. This one is so much more sente than this one. Sente, sente, sente. And yeah, just learn that the Hane is better for this shape. No. This is the tiger's mouth. So if black places the stone in there, the tiger will close its mouth and eat it. It is not a cutting point. Okay, so this is going to be more small board practice. So I think maybe like as a homework, 100 9x9, 50 13x13, and then 100 9x19 again. I think that would be good homework. And then of course do, I don't know, 100 net, 100 capture, 100 connect, 100 ladder. I think if you hit those numbers, you will improve drastically for white. And black, it could also help you because 12Q, it'd be good to go over your fundamentals. Unfortunately, I don't think I can give a lot more advice to black on this game. White, this is a tiger's mouth again. So, boink, bite the hand. Why are we losing points? This is the eye. Okay. Don't let it live. Don't let it live. Okay, you're making me scared. Oh, white, push, and then cut, cut. There, boom. Oops. Oops. Life is through the cutting points. Life is through all these cutting points. So, fix the cutting point, and then take the eye shape. Fix the cutting point, take the eye shape. Yeah, life is through the cutting points. Oh, so close. For white, cutting points. Okay, looks like the game is finished. Looks like resignation. Yeah, I think probably there's just too much of a level difference, but the big key in this game was white not going into black's side. Because black got literally half the board, and white just never placed the stone over there. So if your opponent has the bigger stuff, you have to go in and live. You can't just let them have everything. So yeah, I think the fact that white just never went in until after it was completely sealed is the problem. And hopefully you both found this review helpful. Okay, well, this is not a real 25Q. There's no way. A 2Q versus a 25Q, the whole board would be dead. So I have no idea what the actual ranks are.
Review started.
Okay. Okay. It's been a minute since I've seen someone play Chinese opening. Okay, and Avalanche. Okay. Yeah, I would like to get this move as white. Sometimes you might want to leave this, but even if you do, black can squeeze these stones. So it doesn't matter if white cuts later or not. And if black can simply block and sente, then that's of course going to be an issue. Wait, what? Okay. I want to say this is overall good for black though. You can just block, right? Or you can just cut, right? This is sente, because if white goes here, white dies, right? So it's all sente. And then you can respond. And I would probably just, I don't know, give up the corner. I don't know, maybe Hane's okay. I don't really care about the corner though. I want the outside. Okay, nice. Nice. I would just get fourth line. Because you're not super strong. Especially with all these cutting points, you're not super strong. So I think just be happy with fourth line territory. This is a little sketchy. Yep, double Hane is the only move. I think just double Hane back. The question is, Yeah, so white doesn't have time. Oh, black doesn't have time. Maybe here or here. Difficult position. Maybe as white, I would also go fourth line so I can Tanuki. Because the right side's very interesting. Ooh, so you're saying these two stones don't matter? Okay. You might be right. You might be right. But just I'm going to assume that you know that cut exists. I do not think you know the cut exists because this does not fix it. Definitely you have to fix right here. Right here or right here. The point is you have to fix that cutting point. So that's a really big end game. Okay, it's good that you got this. What? 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 We went from a single digit Q to missing a two liberty capture that kills the corner. I don't know how both players missed this, but it's a big mistake on both sides. Both players missed a very basic cutting point. Oh, misclick. Okay. How did both players do it though? Both players misclick. I don't know. It's weird to me that both players missed this at single digit Q. I'm not concerned about this yet, but maybe this is your preference. So in my mind, I am looking at this square and this square. This square is more in white's control. This is true, but I think black has a lot more control. So I would be looking to build. But I guess if you don't like trying to deal with your opponents, you could just cancel it out, probably with something like this. And then your opponent goes in yours and get to attack. So maybe that's more your style preference. But I want to say black's is bigger. This is very flat, though. I don't really care about this move. It's not. We're about the center influences, not the squares. Or sorry, not the territory. We're about the squares, not the territory. What? What's wrong with the ladder? My concern is you're going to lose access to this cutting point in-game. Because now this is Sente. So you lose access to a lot of in-game. I'm starting to think that neither player read the cutting point right here. So if neither player read this, then both players need more cutting point go problems. This is definitely a nice invasion point, but you shouldn't play this move then. You should just go in. Because there's no point having two weak groups in white square. That's asking for trouble. You want to go up. You want to surround one or the other. Knight's moves are cuttable, so we do not run with them. Very, very dangerous shape to run with. Also, two-space jumps are cuttable, so also not good to run with. I just don't like this move then. I think this move is just not good. Or at least in combination with these two stones, it's not good. Okay, okay. So you're trading the top to attack these, which is fine. As long as white doesn't have a cutting point here, that's really effective. So if I go here, 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 has to be here, here, here. Okay, this is reasonable for black. Okay, so this one looks reasonable. Don't push diagonals. Pushing diagonals helps your opponent a lot and hurts your liberties. Connections are much better than tiger's mouths. Tiger's mouths are when you desperately need eyes, or you're fixing 2 cuts instead of 1 cut. If you're just fixing 1 cut and you're not worried about an eye, then you absolutely want to connect. So many more liberties. Is this 2Q? I don't know. I'm trying to make sure I give the right level advice. This is trying to kill black before it is surrounded. So you want to surround before you go for the kill. Also, don't try to kill from a weak group. You have 3 stones without a base. I'm actually not sure the best response here. Basically, my goal here is to help black, and I would love to use these 3 stones or this stone to help black and Sente. So that's my goal. So I want to say white is not seeing the cutting points clearly. So probably white is a double-digit Q. It's difficult to say. I'm trying to guess. But there's a lot of cutting points being missed, so definitely that is going to be something for white to work on. It's probably something like this. Yeah, cutting points are the key to attack and defense. Okay. Technically, though, you should fix these 3 stones because they don't have a base, and both of these groups up here do. This is a lot of points, but right now you're in urgent defense. Black, definitely attack. The entire point of a framework is to attack something, and there's an attack right there. This isn't bad, though. Like, this is a really large move. I would like to attack, though, when possible. So white neglecting these 3 stones. Looks like you're still trying to kill. So don't try to take the eyes until it's completely surrounded. Okay, direct connections are better for fixing cutting points. Don't push diagonals. It is a bad habit. And black, I think you could have gotten this move first before you did that. What? Okay, hold on. So if you push here, my assumption was you're trying to protect this cutting point. That was my assumption. But then white fixed it and now threatening your cutting point again, but you went over here. So if you're not worried about the cutting point, then you shouldn't be playing that move. You should just be playing over here. Pushing diagonal is not helpful. It really damages your liberties and helps your opponent connect. So I thought you were trying to fix your cutting point in a clever way, but if you don't care about the cutting point, then don't push the diagonal. Okay, looking at the cutting points is fine, but you are still attacking from a weak group. Careful about your liberties. Okay, let me catch up to the reading. Okay, so if I do something over here, okay, so ladder doesn't work. White does get a ladder breaker though. I don't like, but I could just go here first, and then if white goes here, That's not a net. Not a ladder. This is not a net or a ladder, so it looks like black's okay, but it's a lot to read. So this is the safest option, if you can't read that far. Yeah, white aiming at this group is definitely the right answer. Ah, bad timing. This is like the only thing for white to do is attack this, I think. But I don't think white should win. I think black should win this fight. But this is the scary looking thing. Maybe you read the cutting point? Let me check. So if I go right here, there, 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 there. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, I guess. So if you read it, you read it. I think this one's not the biggest move yet. I still think the bottom half of the board is bigger. Okay, good. Okay, trying to survive. It's fine. When you're trying to live with something like this in a very dangerous condensed area of black zones, you want to look for the cutting points. That is the secret to living with these. This is too direct. Looks like black's trying to play safe, but you're not respecting this cutting point enough, I think. If you want to play safe, this is probably the move. Actually, I would get this first. Make sure you have the eye. It's free, it's Sente, so make sure you have that eye. Because white can technically take that eye away with the throw-in. So I may as well have it. It's interesting, but probably black's going to win this fight. You got to throw in first. Unfortunately, this is Sente, so I guess black always has it, doesn't he? Yeah, so I guess there's no way to take that eye then. It's probably game over at this point. But it's probably fun to try. I want to say this one. This is threatening this move, which gets you 2 eyes in the corner. So black will block that, and then you can get some base-looking shape right here. Okay, so black's playing this one perfectly. Try to avoid 5th line shapes. They usually create more Aji than it's worth. I think on this board you can probably go here. I think your position is strong enough to be severe. So I think you can just go for it. This is the severe point. Usually it's fine to just profit. Like, you can get to Dawn level with this move. But I think it's strong enough. If you want to go for a severe attack, you can. This is pushing a lot of diagonals. So you've peeped here, which made black strong. You're pushing here, which is going to make black strong. You're trying to live, but you're giving black a lot of strength to do it. So it's a little scary, but dying is worse, so it's fine. This is very Gote. Yeah, I think you're trying to play endgame, but just block over here. This is like 4 points or 6 points, and this is 20. Careful. Watch your liberties. Okay, you're still okay. I think you're still okay. Because if you do something else, You can just block right here. You have an eye right here, and it's 1 liberty to 2 and 2. This was a really big one. Before you make the Vital Point, try to get more eye space. Expand the eye space and then the Vital Point. This is painful. These cuts, these cuts have been like pain to white in this corner the entire game. Descend. Because when Black Ataris you connect 1, 2, 3, 4. Get this move for the liberties and then take liberty. And you win the race. It's eye versus no eye. So black, little bit of a misread. Definitely understandable. Understandable misread, but technically just connect and threaten to do it because it's still Sente in game, which is valuable. But if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So definitely works now. So white is dead. Okay, so yeah, I think there's just too much a level gap at this point. This is a more of a reason I wish Naol did handicap. Unfortunately, I just don't think we have enough players if we're getting this much of a rank gap. I want to say black is 17 to 20Q, maybe 17 to 25Q, somewhere in there. So single digit Q versus that level. Oh, sorry, I meant white, not black. The level gap between the two is too high. And so white, more life and death practice. But I think more importantly for white is going to be the cutting points. I would play like a lot of small boards and really master these cutting points on the third line and second line. Because whenever you're in a fight on the 19x19, any sort of touching fight, these cutting points are the most important thing. So definitely that. Black, probably cutting points as well. There was a lot of interesting mistakes. But overall, from the attack and defense, I want to say there's just too much of a level gap. Huh? I mean, I guess it doesn't make a difference, but there's no reason not to capture it. Wait. What? Why capture it now? I have no idea what's happening. If you're going to capture it, just capture it now. If you're going to connect, then keep playing in-game. So it feels like a black wasted a move. I think it's not worth it, because if you cut, you're attacking two groups. So I think that's just some points. Yeah, this is fair. I want to say a severe move would be here. I think you could also think about a co-threat here. So you want your co-threats to be painful. Because if white fixes here, then white is dead. So you want your co-threats to be really painful. So this one is points, but it's not like painful. Careful, white. Don't be too greedy. You're missing a cutting point again. Just cut. This is not a very big deal for black, and it's a huge deal for white. So black can get 2 moves in a row for 2 stones. Uh-oh. Okay, It looks like it's still good. White's dead. Oh, I'm out of time, so we'll wrap it up here, and hopefully both players found this review helpful.